Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, an important day for all FIFA players and gamers and, just anybody who's generally interested in the Celtic FIFA ratings. They have been released. I done a video a week or two ago on the channel giving my predictions and what I'd like to see for Celtic players this year in FIFA in regarding to their ratings. So today we finally get to go through them. We get to see what EA have blessed Celtic with. Now, we all know from past experiences, through past FIFAs, EA have never been nice to FIFA. Let's just start off, EA, they own the fucking game. EA have never been nice to Celtic. We've never really had great ratings. To be honest, it's what we have to typically expect. We play in a league which, to be honest, anyone from EA probably doesn't watch. So they probably don't get enough scouting information on our fucking players to give us a realistic rating. Now, in my opinion, we should have a higher rated team. We should have better players than the majority of teams in the Premier League. We should have better ratings than teams like fucking Southampton, Swansea, Swansea aren't even in the league anymore, Cardiff. But it's not going to happen. Ultimately, they're going to have better teams, which I find completely unfair. Even teams like Burnley, we should be better than. I'm making an ass of this one. We should be higher rated than these teams, I insist it, but we're not going to get it because we're Celtic. Anyway, we're going to go through the teams. We're going to go and look at the comparisons and which I predicted they'd get and what I wanted to see them get and what they actually got. It'll be interesting to see how EA looked at Celtic in comparison to me. We're just going to start from the highest rated and kind of make our way through the most important players on the list, all the gold players, and just a couple of us scattered through there. So let's get started with the highest rated player in the team this year, Ultimate Team for Celtic. First we have Scott Brown on the screen. He got a 77 rated card, which I believe is what I predicted. I predicted a 77 rated card, which is decent enough for Scott Brown. He won our Player of the Year last year. He deserves to be the highest rated in this squad. Not even just off the back of winning that award, just in general. After last year, he was fantastic. He was brilliant. He deserved to be the highest rated player. Some stats there. The standout ones is probably on that right hand side. The dribbling, the defending, the physical side of him. Dribbling is still not so good, but for a Celtic player, we'll take 72 dribbling, I suppose. 82 physical, though, will be a tough player to play against in the middle of the park. I don't imagine many people are ever going to use Scott Brown, or any of the Celtic players for a fact. But Scott Brown got a 77. Kieran Tierney, who I predicted to get 77 as well, I believe, got 76, so it is an upgrade by 1. I think he was 75 last year after he got his halfway of upgrade in the January term. But he's got a nice looking card for a left back. 89 pace, 73 dribbling, 79 physical, 71 defend. Not bad. But a nice wee fixture in that Celtic team if you're building a Celtic team. He is 76 rated. I was hoping for 77, but maybe in future years we'll see him go higher and higher. The good thing about Kieran Tierney though is in career mode he will be banging. He's going to start at 76. He's going to fly up the overalls like that. I mean, in the last couple of years, you've had to deal with him starting about 71, 72, so you've had to work him up to that kind of 76 level over 1 year. Now we could get him up to like the 80s in the first season, and then eventually I think he'll go up to an 86 something, 87 rated left back. So Kieran Tierney will be great in career mode. Ultimate Team maybe decent. Forrest, I predicted 76. He got 76. 93 pace, clocking in as the fastest player in the Celtic team for Ultimate Team this year. Can't we really complain about that? I think a lot of people will. I think a lot of people had expected to see Forrest be higher, be in the 77, 78 range after the season he's came off the back of. But it's an upgrade nonetheless from him, I'm sure. I think it's a +1 upgrade from 75. But he's a decent wee card, to be honest. 93 pace and 78 dribbling. His shot lets him down a little bit. But I don't think he should have been criminally overrated. I think this is a decent enough. I predicted 76 and they got 76. Tom Rogic, 75. A lot of people will feel he should be higher. I feel like he should be higher, but 75, he gets into the gold bracket. It's what I expected to see. The card isn't too spectacular when you look at the stats, to be honest, which is slightly annoying. He's kind of a slow, clunky player on FIFA. He's a big guy in real life, he's not like the quickest guy on earth, but I think the FIFA version of him doesn't give a fair representation in Tom Rogic in real life. So it is a gutter that he's so slow and such, but what can you do about it? 75 though, he makes it in another gold. Interesting, I'm sure this is the most goals we've ever had in a FIFA. Callum McGregor got his gold card. Next player, I'm so happy that he's been given a gold card. Very well deserved. Consistently the best player on the team, I'd say, if you're going by week in, apart from maybe Brown. Week in, week out performances, I don't think there's anyone better. There's obviously a lot of players better who, when they play their best, they are better than Callum McGregor. But as for week in, week out performances, he's been rewarded with a card fitting for him. He deserves this. 75 rated, 80 pace, 77 dribbling, 71 pass. I feel like he'll be a nice wee card. He has a little bit of pace to him as well, so he'll be good in career mode as well. Also, I don't know how much potential he'll be given. He is a bit older than the likes of Kieran Tierney. So I don't think he'll have as great a potential. But he gets his gold card. I wanted to see him get upgraded to gold. I think he was 73 last year. And I was really sceptical if they were actually going to give him a gold upgrade or just sit him on that 74 level. But they have. They have given him the gold. Griffiths joined them in gold as well. A decent wee striker card there for Celtic. Better than the Edward card. We've obviously lost Dembele's card to Leon, who has a gold this year again at 75 rated. But we've got Griffiths. I mean, 82 pace, 75 shot, 73 dribble, 70 physical. Not a bad wee card for a Celtic team. If you're building a wee Celtic team, that'll be decent. I didn't expect Griffiths to go up or down. I think he stayed the same at 75 because he didn't play a lot of football last year and hasn't played a lot of football even this year. So I didn't expect him to really change a lot. If anything, he could have dropped to silver, but I'm glad they've kept him at gold. I did expect them to keep him at gold, and they have. Finally, the last gold player in the team, making the total 7 gold players for Celtic. Scott Sinclair. He has been downgraded. I predicted a downgrade for him. I think it's only right that they've given him a downgrade. He is a nice card in FIFA though, a good player used in FIFA. He's fast, he's skillful, could do a lot, but I think he deserved to get the downgrade. Obviously didn't follow up last season, and this is as good as the season he had before, and the Invincible season just wasn't that great, and a downgrade is probably more than deserved. On to the silver cards. We're just going to briefly go through the players to be spoke about, the players who mean the most. Craig Gordon, staying the same rating. I expected that. A solid keeper, but nothing spectacular to get. I mean, I think he deserves maybe a gold 75, but I've kept him at 74. I don't think he's done anything to get himself downgraded. A lot of people very critical of Craig Gordon, but at the end of the day, he's still a phenomenal shot stopper and he does his job. Dedrick Boyata, surprisingly not getting a gold after the World Cup he had. I thought he would have been moved up to a gold rated card after having such a good World Cup, as people were putting it. Teams like Sevilla and Fulham are looking at him. I did expect him to go up to gold, but they've kept him at a 74 rated silver. He will feel robbed, I imagine. And I feel like he should have been gold. I mean, I'm not a big backer of Boyata. I've never always been a big fan of him, but there you go, he's stuck on silver. Olivier Ntcham, I feel, has been robbed big time. I don't think there's been any improvement in his card. Either that, he's only went up by 1. I feel robbed for the guy. I feel really, really bad for him because he deserves a gold. Let's be honest, he does deserve a gold, Olivier Ntcham, and he's been stuck at 73. Hopefully, when I get to January, we'll go through it. It's criminal. EA, you fucking robbed us there. Ntcham should be a gold card, 73 rated. Bastard. I predicted he got by 2 to get him a 75 rated gold, so I think he has stayed the same rating, which is criminal because he was excelled last year in the middle of the park for Celtic, and his stats, should be all up. I mean, if Comper's on 72, why isn't Ntcham only on 73? If Comper's on 72, why is Christopher Ayer on 72? Let's talk about Christopher Ayer for a minute. He's on 72 rated, which is understandable because he was like 68, 67 or something last year, so he's took a wee bit of a rise. But if Marvin Comper is getting to stay on the level of 72, why is Ayer only in 72? When he is superior in so many different ways. Ayer, I feel like, has been robbed, but you know what, you can't just go out handing out fucking plus 15 overall differences to cards, so it's understandable why Ayer's only 72, but I do feel like he's been robbed along with Ntcham, 2 young guys who excelled last year, had very good seasons. I feel bad for them. I feel bad, especially in Ntcham. EA, sort that out. Hopefully come January we see these sort of players get bigger upgrades as we move on. Lustig, also on a 72 rated card. Odds on Edward, 72 rated. I think he's went up. I think he was 70 rated last year. But he's got a lot of pace as well. 88 pace. Only 69 shot. I don't feel like I watched him enough last year. Did you see the finish against Rangers at Ibrox? Did you see that, EA? Don't think that merits a 69 shot stat. I think it's quite criminal, to be quite honest with you. So, I mean, I think Edward, Ayer and Ntcham have been hurt in different ways. And Edward was shooting, Ayer and Ntcham with just overalls in general. Lustig staying on 72, fair enough. I thought maybe after the World Cup he went up by 1 or something, but, it wasn't great for Celtic. So, I think that's only fair as well. So, that's mainly all the important players. I think we've got out the way everyone who's important, everyone who actually means something, the upgrades, the downgrades, the higher end of the table. I think Celtic have been given it okay, but a few players have been robbed. I'd like to see us get more of a realistic representation when it comes to Olivier Ntcham, especially. For those who want to know the rest of the team, I will run through it very, very quickly. Johnny Hayes is 71 rated, Neil Baton 71 rated, Ryan Christie 71 rated, Joseph Simirovic 71 rated, Christian Gamboa 70, Daniel Arzani 69, Kouassi Abui 68, Emilio Izaguirre 68, Jack Hendry 67. I think that is a fair evaluation of his performances. 67 rated Scott Bain, 67 rated Scott Allen, and 67 rated Doris De Vries. that is the rest of the ratings for Celtic this year in FIFA. Let me know what you think of the FIFA ratings this year. If you think EA have been fair or harsh on us, what you would do to change it, and whether you'll be using any other players this year in FIFA. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe as always, and I'll see you all next time.